Hello, welcome back to Timberborn and Tumbleweed as we continue working on our community here. So one of the first things we're going to do is we are going to fix this. I don't like these big houses here, the 6 dweller house, and it messes up our little scheme that we normally have going on. So we are going to fix it. Okay, and I'm going to fix it real quick, and then we'll come back because I don't want to make everybody watch me fixing the problem that I've created here. Okay, so I'll be back when all of this has been fixed. Okay, so you can see I did a fix. Good thing I didn't show you guys the fixing of it because I did lots of rework and rework. And one of the things I did was I decided I really did need to have this extra space over here so we can go up one, as opposed to doing what we were doing over here. And so I carved into the side of the mountain here. I don't know that we'll be able to do that too far up, but you can see here that's what we've done. And then that's just to get up to the second level. But then to get up to the third level, which is where we're going to need some housing, eventually we went ahead and did the corner thing here. And I think that we've got the housing we need right now. And I'd forgotten that I had paused this house here, so we reactivated it. And I reworked the rooftop terraces. They were facing this way, so now they're this way, which is how they should have been, which allows us then to get in our lamp posts here. We put in the bulletin poles and all of this stuff here, these shrines and stuff, and this additional rooftop terrace. And that's it for our housing. So, okay, now we fixed that. What we were working on is bringing housing, a district over here. And my biggest question I've had is how do I, where is my break? Where do I do my district crossing? And with making all this water and all of this fall down space, it's not like we could put the district crossing way down here. I'm like, I don't know where to put it. See, now that's one of the benefits of having lots of flat space is we have more room to put things. But if we're going to do, well, not if, we're going to have our industry over here separate from our kind of agricultural district over here. So I think one of the things we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this. And we're going to put our district crossing here somewhere. Now our major road is where? Here. It's along here. So we'll probably put it along here somewhere. But what we're going to do right now is we were going to move our paper mill over into this area. So we're going to build this area here up again. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if we come along here and we do this, let's see, our major road is there. Okay. But I do a zigzag here. So because we end right there, okay. So we'll do that. Yeah. Sure, why not? And I think we then, yeah, because that's where our wall, yeah, it's kind of where we did a zigzag in our damn wall. DAM wall. Damn wall. So do that. And we'll put then our paper mill. Oh. All right, I don't know what I'm doing. Building the old way. So we need to do a 2 here. And then that's 1, 2, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And what I want to do is run a road here. And so then we'll put paper mill here. And then we can put another paper mill there. And then we can do something else. And yeah, no, we won't be able to do that. Because we have to bring in our power. Like that. All right, well, let's get them building while I'm doing, because I think this is enough that I'm not going to change that. And then we need some log storage and some paper storage. So this would be paper, supply. This will be logs, obtain. What do we have down? We have, okay. Let's see, do we, If we bring, I think, like this guy here. Now, because then if we put our paper mill here, okay, let's run that road there. If we put our other paper mill here, oh, okay, well, I mean, this will probably go away anyways, or we're going to move it once this belongs to this district over here. I mean, we'll probably move it over to here from the district center. Because for this side to come up here to the crossing, we're probably going to move it over to here somewhere. But see, because if we can go 1, 2, 3, 1, yeah. These paper mills are such a pain trying to get them to fit. Well, so I think what we do is we flip it. Like that. No. Because this is a major road, right? Yeah. Okay, so I think then what we do is instead of that there, we put that here. Okay, we need to pause that. Okay, and then, yeah, that works. Then we can put a gear workshop here. Pause that. So we can move this gear workshop that's down here up to here. And so we'll put storage. This will be planks and we'll get obtain. This will be gears supply. All right, we don't need you working. Oh, we need to, I thought I paused this guy. What should I put right there? Let me know. What do you think? Should I put a light to light our industrial area? Should I put a bush? Should I put a beaver statue? Should I put a bulletin pole? Something right there to fill that space. Let's go ahead and build this. We can pause. We have 420 gears. We can pause that guy. Okay, we'll pause you. Now let's go ahead and build you. And then we'll come down here and we will delete this guy. Delete this guy. And yes, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm a little congested. I have a cold. This is, as of Friday, it's my second week. Last episode of Tumbleweed, I was complaining about a pain in my side where they took my kidney. And I'm thinking that is the new harbinger of illness. Let's reconnect these here. No. These. It used to be for a long time when I was jumping out of planes in the military, I injured my tailbone in a jump injury one time, pretty badly. Guess I kind of bruised it for a long time. It was bruised. But, well, okay, so anyway, the reason I mentioned that is for a long time after that, until maybe about 10 years ago, anytime I was going to get sick, what would happen is first I would get my tailbone would become sore, just like as if I'd injured it or something, like I'd hit it, landed on it, sat down too hard on it or something. And then soon after, I would get sick. So I learned that anytime suddenly if my tailbone was tender, started hurting, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm getting sick. And then boom, I'd be sick. Well, then, and that injury caused all kinds of back issues too, which didn't really manifest itself. See, what are we doing? Interrupt my story. When I injured my tailbone, I also compressed the two lower vertebrae, and but it didn't really manifest itself until years later when I got a job where I was sitting behind a desk all the time, not moving around as much. So I'm sorry. Let me skip my story for a minute. Figure out what we're going to do next. I'm thinking we want to unplug this guy. But before we do that, let's what What I don't know is whether or not I'm going to put this, a pump like this for this district over here. I don't think I want to pull it out of this reservoir. This reservoir is already feeding this down here, our little community here, this here. So I don't know that I want it feeding something else. I'm thinking what we're going to do is eventually we're going to take this and we're going to actually, instead of having it dump over into here, we're going to have it dump over into here. And we'll create another large reservoir over here, which this will be a part of. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. So, So our major road is there, and in here, that doesn't make sense. It says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right. Yeah, that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Yeah, I'm like, that's too far. Need to establish this road here so we don't mess up our road system, our roading. Yes, you too can make up words. Quite fun. Yeah, all right. So what I'm, yeah. Of course, that would our main road would come out right where our little sluice is. What I'm thinking though is, but do I want, sorry, I'm all undecided here. This entire video is going to be me being undecided. I'm thinking about filling this in here, making this level. But I don't necessarily want to do that here. All right. We're going to try something unique. For me, anyway. We do have this guy running, okay. We have 1.2K of dirt. We're going to need it. Okay. See, already I'm doubting what I'm doing. All right. Well, we may have to blow all this out again. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to want to make this our housing down here. So we're going to take this out. Okay. Which means then we're going to have our road here. And then we'll have housing here. Yeah, all right. No, I think I'm doing this incorrectly. What I was thinking about doing was, building our housing district like this, but having it come down this way, like the top being up here, which means then we would come down to here. This would be our bottom. But with our district center being here, I think that would actually lead to more problems than not. Maybe what we do is we put our housing here. Well, yeah, because our main road is supposed to go here. That might be the answer. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. Let's then do this. Straighten out our little dip in the road there. Little jig, little jag. Do we have, yes, we do have one. These guys running. Do we have, oh, we have, no, okay. We need to be making more of these guys. And more planks. Okay, get rid of this. If we do a 5, and then a 6, because then we can do this. Well, yeah, okay. Because we do that, and then we do this, and we do this. All right, hold on. Hold on. We may not need these here. Yeah. All right. Because if we go like this, well, no, we don't want that. We want this. Because then we can do this. Because then we do, well, we could do, yeah, 4. And a 4. Nope. So once we get the foundation of this down, we're going to be okay. Let's see. I think we do a 2 there. No. Do a 1 there. Then we do like a 6 like this. Okay, so if we do that, then we don't need this because we can do this. So I think if we do a 5 there, like that. Well, you know, let's be symmetrical about it. Let's do a 6 here, because then we can do a 5 across. And this will be our, this will be our road. And then we can do 5 and a 5. And then we put our houses up. Like that. And we begin duplicating the process we have over here. With this already being where they're going underwater. Like that. Yeah. Okay. Now, we may run out of water during the droughts. Like we're already down to there. All right. Show me something. No matter where I click, I wasn't able to get onto what I wanted to get onto. And then, yeah, we'll do the beaver statue here. And we'll do a water barrel here. Oh, no, not there. But we're going to, well, we'll just empty these. Not that we'll put them on pause. Let's do that. We don't want to fill them up with water yet. Okay, so we'll build that. We won't do this down here. Okay. If I was trying to select that road underneath the explosive, yeah, it would have taken me 18 tries. But there I am trying to select the explosive, and yeah, I get the road. Okay. So yeah, when I started living a more sedentary life, where I was sitting at a desk for more than 8 hours a day at times working, um, my back started bothering me, where I compressed the two lower vertebrae, and so that was the whole part of also my tailbone bothering me at times, which was a harbinger of an illness coming on. Until I was fixed by Dr. Draper, who, in my opinion, healed me um, after many, many painful sessions. I used to call him Dr. Pain because um, it didn't matter where he touched me. It was painful. Like one time he touched me on the skull and it hurt my skull, and I'm like, how did that happen? I have no idea. Just it was like it was a torture. But he was the only doctor who cured me, fixed me completely of the back issues. Um, and whenever he did that, then it was like my tailbone also was fixed, and it never bothered me before I got sick again. So the fact that last Friday on my walk, my spot where they took my kidneys started bothering me, and I'm like, what's that about? By that evening, I was sick. I had a cold. So I'm in my second week of a cold, starting my second week of a cold, already feeling better. Feeling much, much better. Not as congested as I was. Like, I don't know if you could even, if I hadn't said anything, I don't know if you really could have told, would have known, speak proper English, that I had a cold, that I had congestion. So what I'm thinking is that now the scar area where my kidney used to be is going to be my new harbinger of illness. Whenever it starts bothering me, I will know that, oops, okay, I'm going to start getting sick. But, every day is another day closer to full recovery. So, not worried about it, not concerned. By the way, I wanted to pause the beaver statues. Okay, well, that's all the time we have left for today's episode. So we're going to call it here. If you have any suggestions for this here, like what we should put here, I was thinking of maybe just planting a bunch of birch trees here. Like that might look cool. But if you have any other suggestions, and by the way, I forgot I was going to put a shrine here. Let me know if you have any suggestions for that area. But what we'll do is we'll go ahead and show the work that we're doing here. And hopefully you enjoyed that. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments section. And until next time, have a terrific day.